And we're live, pal. Once again, baby. So, hey, Andy here. And, yeah. Feels like it's been a while since I've done any, oh, jeez, the camera's, like, really high up. I just noticed that. You can definitely tell it's been a while, huh? You know? I even got myself a new vacuum cleaner. It sucks. But yeah, I just got it because, the one we have in the common area is terrible. So it would always make the room smell even worse. So I don't know what the deal with it is. It's pretty old. So I just got this cheap ass thing from Amazon about a couple weeks ago, I think. So alright, let's slap up some music and we'll get going here, huh? Nice. Okay. Bring up some Zen Buster. Hopefully he starts incorporating some of his newer songs into the live stream thing that he does. Let's see, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, just put the headphones over there so that way you don't hear the echo. So yeah, make sure mixing is good. It's pretty good, looks like. Okay. So, all right. Check Discord just to make sure the link went in there, because it was kind of screwy with doing the live stream links, because usually it would do it like right as I was revising it, so I didn't get a chance to like change the title or anything. But let's see if it, yay, it did it. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, because it was a little screwy for a couple weeks, just because it would, whenever I would like go into the YouTube Studio app or whatever, it would like basically say, hey, I'm live streaming, even when I wasn't live streaming. I was just adjusting the title and everything. But it's all good, you know. Alright, I think we're getting some peeps in, which is good. Good. Let me, okay, cool. Alrighty, looks good. Ooh, so you, excuse me, how have you guys been lately? Yo, what's up? Hey, how you doing, buddy? Ah, goodness. Yeah, I see you too. Ah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, probably need to go downstairs and get some more coffee after this, but it's all good. Just wanted to come on here, stream for a little bit before I head out to work. So, yeah. Ah, man. Good times. But yeah, just this this past weekend was definitely a treat. You know, getting to hang out with Eric and Mike again. You know, his friend. They showed me around where they live, so that's where I'm gonna be moving, in that area, in the Shonan area. So yeah, they showed me around. Took me to some apartments. Most of them weren't really open, the apartments themselves, so I couldn't get to see like inside them. But I got like a tour of the neighborhood, and it's just really nice, super peaceful. It's right by the beach, so Yeah. Hear about Laoshu? Laoshu. Nah, I didn't. It's news to me. Oh, that guy! Yeah. I didn't know his name, but yeah, okay, I recognize him. Oh shit, he passed away? What happened? Due to heart complications. Shit, man, he was only 39? He's only a couple years older than me. Hmm. Damn. That's unreal. Yeah, I don't know if he was in China when he passed away, but, yeah. Man, that's rough. And I guess from what I heard, because I didn't recognize the username, I just recognized him as the guy that did the viral video where he's like in a grocery store talking to a bunch of different folks in their own language. So I wasn't like a keen follower of his, but like I knew of him. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Such is the fragility of life, you know. Just all the more reason to, you know, live life the best you can now, because tomorrow's not guaranteed, you know. But so a lot of his videos are like that. Oh, okay, it's interesting. Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, that's sad. Definitely. And hopefully when the country opens up, if the country opens up at this point, jeez. I know. But hopefully when things get a little bit, start calming down a bit, and the vaccine and all this other stuff starts getting distributed, we can get back to some sense of normalcy. And it'll be good to have tourists back in the country again. When was he posting content? I guess just judging from some of his past posts, he just, I don't know. Hard saying. Yeah. But regardless, yeah, this weekend, you know, oh Jesus, I lost my train of thought. Just thinking the whole Laoshu situation. But yeah, didn't mean to, you know, kick things off on a low note. The big Pika. Nice. So we got a couple jokers in the chat. Been a while. It's been a while. But it's all good, you know. Anyway, fucking this guy. Alright, getting a little sick of him. Okay. Jesus. Sorry, had to do a little bit of cleanup. Had some chuckleheads in chat. What is small Pika? Yeah. I don't know if you want to be asking them questions, Chris. Might not like the answer. Might involve Bitcoin or something like that. I don't know. Yo, Deck1, what's up? Nah, it's all good, dude. I got it. Appreciate it, though. Yeah. you don't get too many of those guys coming in, you know. Yeah, you don't get too many of those guys coming in the chat that often, so it's kind of a treat when it does. Yo, dang. Got a lot of people coming in today. Hey, and thanks for everything over the years. Content creator, naming journey, service, and content inspiration for me. Yo, thanks, Tronny Darko. Yo, James, what's up, dude? Dang, we getting everybody today. Goodness. Wasn't expecting so many people. Oh my gosh. So, hi, everyone. Oh, man. It's good to have everybody here. Kept an eye on you ever since. Nice. Yeah. Some of Ham's goons coming over, you think? Could be. Although they didn't sound very hamish. Sounded like something else. Probably like a spam bot or something like that. You know, no worries. Ah, goodness. Oh, yeah. It's just... You know, like, I'll be honest, like, the only times I ever even think about Old Hambone is when you guys bring him up. Like, you know, I don't want this to turn into, you know, being bitter and, like, shitting on Old Hambone and shit like that, you know. Oh, Oh, gotcha. He's got a girlfriend now? Yeah. Well, hopefully he can get out of the box, so... But, you know, regardless, I'm happy for him, you know? Just because we don't get along anymore doesn't mean that I don't want him to be happy. Because he was just fucking... I don't know. He's one of those guys that likes to hide his emotions, so it's hard saying, but I can tell he was trying to make the most of a bad situation, and, you know, living in the box, like... I think living in the box short term is fine, you know, especially if you're new to Tokyo or you're like in between moves or something like that. Or whatever, which is what it was initially intended for him anyway, because he was doing it because he was going to go back to the whole Raka Raka thing, so he didn't want to like get an apartment, only had to like leave in a couple months, but they didn't call him back, things didn't really work out, so... Yeah. Oh, he doesn't? Oh, shit. You got me, Deck One. Here, I was starting to feel hopeful for him. Taken away from me, just like that. Yeah, long term is definitely bad for your mental health. You know, it's just how it is, but... You know, I mean, again, it has its uses. It has its purpose. So when am I moving? It's going to be... well, right now I'm just waiting on the money to come in so I can put the deposit down and everything. So everything's just a bit on hold. But I'm planning on moving the beginning of April. Maybe a little earlier than that, depending. So once money from all these gigs and stuff come in, then I can make some serious plans. Because I went down there last weekend rather, to get a lay of the land. Because when I was down there before, I was mostly just hanging out with Eric and his friends. So yeah, Rock is a weird name. I don't know, some kind of Aussie thing, whatever. But I'll be moving to the Shonan Beach area. You list your dad. Right? But yeah, I'll be moving down to the Shonan Beach area, so it'll be a lot more calm, and you know, I got a full tour of the town. It's not that big of a town, but it's just a nice, really chill surfer town, and the people there are just really mellow, and everybody's very friendly too. That was the main thing I noticed, was just how friendly everybody was. It was you know, it's definitely a far cry from living in Tokyo or Kawasaki, you know, where everybody's very sumatai and just kind of, yeah, Setagaya. It's too expensive. I actually tried moving to Setagaya because I was gonna transfer over to Temple, but that didn't happen. So, yeah. And plus, living in that town that I was looking at before, the places are like really super cheap. Like even cheaper than living in this guest house. This guest house is on the low end as far as price goes too. So that's definitely saying something. Like I could get a place that's, yeah, Land of the Rising Sun. It's on Indy. Oh man. But yeah, I was looking at this one apartment. It was like super duper cheap. The Shonan Beach area is it's in the Kanagawa Prefecture. It basically goes from around Kamakura to Odawara. So that facing area for Sagami Bay, Sagami 1. It's a very popular beach destination, especially for like Tokyo day trips. Like a lot of folks during the summer season like to come down and surf and chill out on the beach and stuff like that. So it's very popular for that area. And you know, they have like surf competitions and stuff like that, and you know, it's just really super chill. Shonen's too far. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I don't have to be in Tokyo at all, really. You know, there's like maybe a couple things that I need to do, so it's like, you know, if I have to go in the office or whatever, like maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times at most, if that at all, then it's like, you know, who cares if I'm so far away. Kamakura and Shima Beach a few times in the summer. It's like one big party. Yeah, totally. And the season's just getting started, so I didn't see it get too wet and wild just yet. But you know, you see families and stuff like that on the beach, just enjoying a nice, cool day. And oh man, it has such character out there, man. It's wild, you know, just the aesthetic of everything, the friendliness, just the yeah, the commute's definitely pretty rough, and I wouldn't have done it if we were still doing in-person classes. You know, I wouldn't even bothered. But 2 hours? Well, I guess into Tokyo, yeah, 2 hours. For where I go from here in Kawasaki to there, it's about an hour and a half. But yeah, it's basically Miami. A lot less Cubans though. But yeah, it's basically Miami. It's wet and wild fun. Start my own show, Shonan Vice. There you go. Catch me in flip-flops. With the pastel colors and whatnot. Shonan Vice, come to TBS, the station near you. Or whatever it said. But yeah, you know, I just went down there. Everybody was like super friendly. And, you know, I got a lot, you know, it's hard to describe in words, to be honest. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when you go to a place, it's like, yeah, this feels right, you know. And that place definitely feels right, for sure. You know. I was just fucking miserable in Tokyo, and I was, you know, miserable in Kawasaki for different reasons. But, well, not even miserable in Kawasaki. I would just say, kind of, like, disappointed, I guess. Not even that's a little strong. You know. So, tonight on Vice. Coming a beach bum for life, right? Oh, the visa? Yeah, the visa's good. So, the visa that I have right now is good till July. I can extend it for another 6 months if I want to, but, and that's another reason I'm moving too, Chris. The ladies out there, yeah. And that's just the off-season ladies, too. Like, on-season ladies, like, So, you know. It's a good time. But yeah, getting back to the whole visa situation. So, yeah, I'm good till July for that one. Ladies! Walking around the beach, seeing ladies. However that song goes. But yeah, the visa's good until July. When I get back into Lakeland again, I'm gonna go back for my student visa. But before then, I have to get my passport renewed. Well, I don't have to. I want to, just so I can extend the visa out even further. So, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, that way, I can, yeah, get in there, mate, for sure. Oh, man. Yeah, all the more reason to go down there, Have a little peach pie on the beach, you know what I'm saying? And plus, it'll make for much more interesting vlogs and live streams, too, because, on Kawasaki, it's just, Like, there's some cool spots, but a lot of that's closed due to old Colonial Macaroni, and I don't know. It's also a lot less crowded down there for now. I've heard it gets a little wet and wild in the on seasons, but yeah, get them numbers. Definitely. All the more reason to go down there, So it has been the hottest of minutes, fellas. Not gonna lie, So everybody gets all nice and warmed up, and even aside from all that, just the vibes of the area are good. People down there are nice and friendly. I was just like blown away by like how many people are like, sitting down and like talking with us, and I was just like, man, I gotta get better at Japanese, because I've been putting that shit off for way too long, Like, obviously I know enough to like get by and like day-to-day shit, going to the conveni, asking for stuff and whatever else. But as far as like having conversations, that's what I need to work on, and especially down there, it's just like all the more opportunities to learn that Nihongo desu yo, ne? Which leads into another thing, because it's like these things all kind of pile on to one another, right? So, when I was down there just kind of chilling and inspecting the area and just, getting a feel for everything, I'm just like, man, it made me think a lot about, what I'm doing wrong with my life, in a positive way. It sounds negative, but it's actually in a positive way, It caused me to kind of take inventory of things. And I realized that I'm working way too much for way too little, and I'm letting other things in my life slip away because of all that. Like with the whole video editing thing, I'm thankful for a lot of the consistent gigs that I get, and I'm at a point right now to where, I'm not really too hard up for gigs. It's just a matter of getting the higher paying gigs, so that way I'm not, fighting to pay the bills or worry about where my next meal's gonna be and stuff like that. So, and that's another reason to move down there, because there's filming opportunities too, not just for like my channels at this point, but for other people as well, because I got a lot of people down there want to get into the YouTube game, and definitely want to help them out for sure. And there's also a lot of local businesses out there, especially like I was saying earlier. Right now it's off season, but that's not going to last forever. So with it being such a tight-knit community, like, you know, going into the city and trying to pitch these sorts of things to people, it's like, well, you gotta get an appointment, and you gotta do this, and you gotta have this pitch deck, and you gotta show these KPIs and all this other shit. Exactly, James. You understand. You gotta know your worth. And while I'm thankful for a lot of the gigs that I have, especially the consistent ones, you know, it's kind of getting to that point where I gotta do a little bit of spring cleaning, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just moving down there to lower my cost of living and, you know, lower the stress and get to learn a bunch of new things like surfing. Like, fuck, I grew up in Ohio and Michigan, man. Like, I never surfed before in my life. But that's something else I want to get into as well, you know. And, you know, help keep the body in shape. And there's just like a whole coastline to walk down, right? So, can you guys just imagine like all the cool beach live streams? You know, you guys won't be able to handle it. It'll be so awesome, you know. And thankfully, that area there's not a whole lot of the Toby, the Seahawks. There's a couple, and it might be a seasonal thing too. But like when we were up there, like I didn't see any. And I was talking to one of the guys, and he said you know, there's not a whole lot of people at the beach right now, so obviously they're not like crowding around. So that could be it too. But yeah, you know, just there's a lot of like little beach houses and stuff like that there too. So if I want to do live streams of me eating by the beach or whatever, you can just hang out there so that Toby don't swoop down and grab my food and nick me up and stuff. But yeah, beach live streams, man. So much. Like I said, you know, just doing like a little lap around town, I was just getting like so many content ideas. I was just like, man, I can make a video like this. I can make a video like this. We could do like a live stream here. And, you know, just the ideas started coming in. But then I was thinking, well, when am I going to get the time to do that? You know, I have all this other stuff I got to do, and just I got to sit down and edit, and I got to be here at this time. And it's just like, ugh. That's why I got to thinking, man, like, you know, I'm kind of at that point where I want to do more things and I want to improve my own skills. So it's time to let some things go so that way I can free myself up to not just more gigs, of course, but also higher paying gigs, and to also put more time and effort into the gigs I already have. That's something else I'm noticing too, with me accepting more and more things. And that's kind of a problem for me. You know how like when you go to interviews and the manager or whatever asks, you know, what is your biggest weakness? Or whatever. And you get that like kind of typical answer of, oh, I work too hard, or I'm too serious about my work, or something like that. And, you know, that's definitely a weakness of mine, is I do way too much. Yeah, with live streams as well, you know, and that's, you know, another thing that I want to do more of. And especially since I'll be at the beach, you know, there'll be a lot more scenic things to do rather than just stare at my curtain and my vacuum cleaner in the background. You know, so yeah, just a lot more opportunities for stuff like that. And you know, that was another thing I noticed too, was just how much, or how little rather, content I've been putting out. And yeah, you know, with the whole Angie Pandy thing, I could say, yeah, old Kelowna Chain World Tour kind of kicked it in the nuts because all the businesses and everything closed down, and it didn't seem responsible to go out and stream a whole bunch of stuff in Tokyo and stuff like that. Yeah, be able to listen to the ocean breeze. Yeah, bro, that old Shonan magic. And be able to like see the surfers and everything like that. That'd be super cool, for sure. Yeah, I saw a couple out there when I went to visit this past weekend. But like I said, it's not in season just yet, so I think it's just some people out there just kind of testing the waters, literally and figuratively, of course, um, and just getting out on a nice day. So yeah, and then once school comes back in, that's another reason I'm gonna be cutting. Yeah, take up surfing, exactly. That's another reason why I want to move down there, so that way I can take up surfing. It's kind of hard to do that in Kawasaki or Setagaya. Just saying, for sure. You know, that's just one of the things. Yeah, testing the waters. It's cold. Yeah, yeah. I definitely got to get a bodysuit for sure. Getting down there. Oh man. But it looks like everybody's just having so much fun, so I'm just like, man, I gotta do more of that. You know? And plus, even if I wasn't moving, I'd probably still be cutting back on some of my other editing gigs anyway, just because, you know, I'm going to be going back to school at the end of April, so it's another reason why I want to move in a bit earlier. But yeah, I'm going to be going back to school at the end of April, so I really wouldn't have the time to be doing those gigs even if I wanted to. So it's best to just kind of clean them out now, so that way I'm used to having a little extra time to work towards school and to, you know, work more on the gigs that I already have, and, you know, do more of these live streams and make some more of my own videos, because, you know, that's the thing, man. Like, with doing this literally for a living, it's hard to you know, find the time or the energy to really, like, do my own stuff, you know? Ottawa is boring. I don't know, it looked pretty interesting when I was around there. But I guess it just depends on what you like, of course. You know? It is a bit further away from the big city, so obviously there's not as much big city stuff to do around there, of course. But, you know, being in Kanagawa, you know, for me, like, even when I was living in Yokosuka, it was pretty chill and laid back compared to other parts in Kanagawa and Tokyo. So if I wanted to go do big city things, I could just go up to Yokohama. Or if I wanted to go to Tokyo, I could, but Yokohama's a lot closer, and I could get a lot of the stuff done there that I could in Tokyo. So I figure, you know, once I move down to Shonan, it'll be pretty much the same thing. As far as, you know, if I want to do big city things, there's Yokohama. If I want to do really big city things, there's Tokyo. But, you know, they're within reach, but, you know. Especially with how things are doing now with online classes and being able to work from home. Like, if those things weren't a possibility and we had to, like, Dad? And we had to, like, go into work and go into school and stuff like that, I wouldn't even consider moving down to Shonan. Like, that would just be like a nice little dream of, oh, I would love to live on the beach, that'd be so nice. But just wouldn't be practical. But with all these things being like real possibilities, not real possibilities, but just being a reality, you know, it's I'm living it right now. Then I just don't see the point of staying even near Tokyo, really. Because, like, I only really need to go into Tokyo for just a few things. And if I'm, you know, paring my gigs down, then I'm pretty much eliminating almost all the reason to even go into Tokyo for myself, you know? So it's like, fuck it, right? And even if I do need to go into Tokyo, it's not on a consistent basis, so, you know, have I been to Osaka? Not yet. And it's another reason why I'm cutting back on some gigs as well, so that way I can get more chance to go on trips. Because there's a lot more of Japan that I want to explore. And in going more in with the gigs that I do have, you know, it does... You know, doesn't the allure of Tokyo offer any appeal, sites, events? Yeah. And you're probably right there, Game Unlock. I probably would like Osaka more. You know, just for friendlier people and still big city stuff, you know? Yeah, the streets are pretty narrow, but, you know, living out there, you don't really need a car. I mean, there could be an argument to be made if, you know, I'm moving down to the beach area to need a car. But even then, you know, like I can get by just fine with a bicycle or walking, whatever. Give me more reason to lose some damn weight, so works for me, right? But, yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind. I don't know if I would move all the way out to Osaka. Yeah, I don't mind being, like, far away from Tokyo, but I don't want to be, like, too far right now. Just because I don't have the working visa yet. So, you know, I have to kind of play it safe in some aspects. But, you know, it's a delicate dance. But with the gigs that I do have, they, again, offer opportunities to travel around Japan. So a lot more laid back, less... Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Osaka and just the Kansai area in general, but especially Osaka. And that's another reason why I want to free up some more time, is so that way I can take advantage of going out to those places and getting those opportunities. But if I'm constantly chained to my laptop, working all the time, you know, even if I can physically go there, I'm not going to be able to enjoy it because I'll be busy working all the time. So it's like, you know. But if I go there for work, you know, go out there for shooting and whatnot, yeah. Yeah, they are a lot more chill in Osaka for sure. But what? Showa. Oh, man. And it's funny because for one of the people I work for, yeah, Asuka, she's like, Nihon, she's like, Eigo wa wakarahen. Nande ya ne. That's about all the Kansai Ben I know. Also, the Bang game. Bang. Oh, Fook, yeah, man. Oh my god. Just watching, there's she doesn't really do YouTube much these days, but back in the day, there was a YouTuber named Michaela, and she, oh, bang. And she used to make, like, the best videos of Fukuoka out there. Like, just so well structured, and you know, the cinematography and everything was just top notch, and you know, she was like one of my inspirations to you know, really take editing a bit more seriously. She does? I thought she was, well, I don't know, she quit for a long time. I mean, she's still like active on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, but it's, I don't know, she just sounded like really super depressed. You know, I'd heard she had a bit of a thing go on a couple years back, so yeah. You know. Oh, nice. That's interesting. Yeah, they're both from like Vancouver, I believe, right? Somewhere in that area. But yeah. Yeah, Michaela put out like such good content back in the day. But, you know, she fell off. I guess she's still doing stuff apparently, but I haven't seen it. So, could just be YouTube algorithms phasing her out from my thing. I don't know, but yeah. And Charlotte's pretty cool too. She seems like she's pretty down for whatever, but as far as her content goes, and this is just my opinion, keep in mind, I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's not for me, really. Because a lot of her content, like, recently has just been, you know, like, makeup tutorial, well, not tutorial, but just kind of girly shit, you know, going shopping, getting makeup, eating vegan. That's cool and all, but it's like, it's not really why I watch her channel, so I just kind of phased myself out with her content. And I still peek in every once in a while, but I'm not like, you know, a diehard Charmeleon fan. So, and that's kind of how I am with most J vloggers these days, to be honest with you guys. Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah, that's just kind of how I am with most J vloggers these days. It's just, you know, it's one of those things where when I was living in America, I would watch them like all the time just to like get my Japan fix. But like now that I'm here, you know, apart from maybe just a couple videos that I might want just to get location ideas or maybe analyze like how they put some videos together, like most of the time I don't really watch too many J vloggers. I mean, hell, I'm having a hard time just watching abroad in Japan's stuff, you know. And his stuff is like some of the best put together Japan content out here. But you know, just falling behind on things, and now that I'm actually here, it's like, you know, if I'm looking up Japan content, it's mostly just for reference to see if there's any content made of the area or get ideas for shots and stuff like that, rather than just sitting back and enjoying Japan like I used to. But that's just how it is, you know. Again, not hating on anybody, just, you know, it's what it is, I guess. Plus nowadays, since the majority, if not all, just the majority of content that I put together is food-based, more than not, I'm just looking for like new, interesting restaurants and stuff like that to shoot, or for my clients to shoot, and me sitting here like old editor monkey at putting it together. So yeah, fun times, man. Yeah, he is, definitely. And I'd love to work with him someday, you know, just to kind of get a look at just his process for putting stuff together, just to kind of see, like, you know, how he does it and where I can improve upon things, you know. And he actually has a little workshop coming up here in April. So hopefully once all the money and everything from all these gigs starts to come in and I'm all moved into my place, if I have enough left over, you know, I wouldn't mind stopping over for a weekend and just doing my thing. So yeah. You know, because he has this thing going on over at Temple. So it's like an annual class or whatever, just to talk about, you know, how to build a successful YouTube channel and shit like that. And, you know, obviously it'd be nice to get a couple tips on how to do that, because the landscape has changed so much since when I started. And it's always good to, like, kind of glean some info and have somebody just on the outside looking in, look at it, because that's one of the things that's kind of hard for me, is just taking, I don't know, like, not really taking criticism, but just looking on how to improve things. You know, you have to, you know, take their stuff into consideration, but not, you know, just completely kowtow to everything they say. You know, you just have to make it work for you, and I think that's where a lot of people get frustrated in talking with me about YouTube stuff, is just that I talk to them, get a whole bunch of advice, and a lot of cases I don't follow it just because it doesn't work for me. Or I might follow a few small details that they don't notice, but because I didn't completely follow their advice 100%, they're like, oh, he doesn't listen to anything I tell him. You know. I ain't trying to be a ham bone here, guys. But yeah, anyway, getting back to, I kind of rambled there. But getting back to the Abroad Japan thing. So, with him, he does like a little workshop in April, and I was hoping to catch up with him. You know, not catch up with him, but just like work with him a little bit there. And should move to Twitch. I was thinking about it, but I already have a an audience on YouTube, so it's, I don't know. I think if I were to do IRL streaming more seriously rather than just fun little chill live streams where I'm just kind of walking around or whatever, then maybe I'd consider it. Especially considering all the data it uses to like consistently IRL stream. Because that shit adds up for sure. Like, you know, I've seen just a couple IRL live streamers, and they say, you know, they got like multiple SIM cards, and when the data gets throttled for one, they just swap it out for another, and they got like 4 or 5 cards, and it's like paying for 4 or 5 data plans at a month is just, that's a bit much, but yeah, good point. And plus there's also the possibility of raids too. So it is a possibility. I think you can't search for streams. Should be able to. Unless they nerfed it. Nah, really? Alright, let's... I don't know. They don't even... Where's the... What the hell happened with the search stuff? They fucking nerf it again? It's fucking lame. Japan. Okay, there it is. You have to like enter a search term. You can't just like have the filter. Okay. Yeah, they got a live feature. It's like at the top actually. But I get what you're saying though. You know, Twitch is more geared towards people who are streaming versus YouTube, where, yeah, hey, you too, James. Good seeing you on here, brother. Bam. For sure. Yeah, them Japanese gals' numbers, you know it, bruh. You know it. It's gonna get insane once, you know, the surfing becomes in season. Just type in Japan and search, and all Japan stream will come up, really. Well, it's not that I don't believe you, but I just want to see it. Let me check this out. Should be on. Okay. Yeah, search Japan. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here. Got someone with like 43 viewers, 90.9K viewers. It's a lot of stuff, man. That's just games. So you like IRL stuff, or? Yeah. Yo, Andy DeVirgo, what's up, dude? Sorry, I was just looking through through Twitch. I was doing some searches. Yeah, weeks, right? It feels like it, man. Yeah, it's hard for me to get on here and live stream these days, but hopefully, once I do a little bit of spring cleaning and get some more free time, we'll definitely be doing a lot more IRL streaming from the beach. So we'll get a much different background than my curtain vacuum cleaner and Thermozilla over here. So, yeah, really looking forward to it, you know. So, what have I been doing? Well, this past weekend, I went down to the Shonan Beach area to look at the neighborhood and get an idea for apartments and stuff like that, because that's the area I'm going to be moving to. And I just wanted to see, like, prices for apartments and just kind of what they looked like and stuff like that, and just, like, what's around the area, you know? And it's just beautiful, man. Like, it's hard to describe in this video, and I know I'm doing a bad job at it, but just the vibes of everything, just being by the beach, it's just very, very calming energy, and the people down there are very friendly. I was really surprised, especially being used to like Tokyo and Kawasaki people, where everybody's a little sumitai and just kind of, you know, rushing along to their lives, and you know, they don't want to talk to a big loud Merkajin like myself, so they often just kind of oh, sorry, just kind of doing that sort of deal. But out there, they're just like super friendly and very talkative, and you know, just hanging out with my friend who speaks fluent Japanese and stuff. I'm just like, fuck, man, I gotta get a lot better at Japanese, like a lot better. You know, not just atatamai de kudasai. Yeah, shit like that. You know, not just konbini go. But yeah, I'm planning on moving down there at the beginning of April. So right now I'm just waiting on the checks to come in for the work that I did last month. So once all that stuff starts coming in, and as well as the Biden bucks, because I hear that the American stimulus package has been approved by the Senate. It just has to go through the House, and that's going to President Biden. So, you know, expecting to get that here in the next couple days, maybe even like a week or so. So with that, plus all my other gig money, you know, adding everything up, I'll definitely have more than enough to move in for sure. And you know, that's the big hurdle, is just, you know, getting the deposit to move in. But yeah, we should definitely get it this month for sure. Yeah, that was the thing. I was just keeping an eye on it, and the whole build up to getting it to the Senate was like the hard part. Yeah. Do I have to buy furniture? Not. I mean, yeah, but no. Thankfully, I was talking with Eric, and he says he can get me a lot of things that I need from around the apartment, like furniture, and you know, if I need a washer dryer or something like that, he can help me get something. You know, there's a lot of, you know, secondhand places, recycle shops, and mostly just like people he knows that have extra stuff. Like I said, like the people around there are like super duper friendly, so it's not like in the bigger cities where nobody really gives a fuck about you. Like here, it's like everybody's willing to help. And it was funny because, you know, we went to this apartment complex that's like literally, you know, just within eye shot of the beach. Like I could take just a few steps and I'm already in the sand. Like it's that fucking close. And it's the place I definitely want to get, unless they're like, you know, gaijin dame. But I kind of doubt it. But, you know, you never know. But like we were talking with apparently the lady who owns the building right next to it. We were just chatting, having a good time. I thought she was just like a neighbor, just kind of a random looky-loo. because we were talking with a lot of people just kind of walking around, so I didn't really think anything of it. Then later he tells me, yeah, she owns the apartment complex right next door, and she says, if you need anything, she kind of used the Japanese phrase for, if you need to come over for like a cup of sugar or something like that, just let me know. And just kind of that super, like basically like the Japanese version of that, which I think is like a cup of salt or something like that. I don't know the exact translation, but she was just like, yeah, if you need anything, just come on over. We'll take care of you and stuff. And I'm just like, fuck, man. This would not happen where I'm living. Not at all, man. Oh, man. It's like it feels good to be loved, And but yeah, it's just there's a lot of opportunities to buy stuff, As far as just from what I have, I mean, furniture-wise, the only thing I really have is this chair. And then I have a mattress topper for my bed because I'm a side sleeper, and Japanese beds are generally a bit stiffer, which if you're like a back sleeper or something like that, that's fine. But I'm a side sleeper, and that shit was like bruising my ribs pretty bad. So I had to get the mattress topper, and I don't have to worry about bruised ribs in the morning. So, but yeah, like I said, man, the place is just, oh my god. I hope I can capture it in video, as far as like the vibes of everything, because everybody's just so fucking friendly and just, oh my god. Like, it was just one of those things where, I was a lot less talkative, just kind of taking everything in, like I was just happy to be by the beach, that was just my thing was, I just wanted to go by the beach, just kind of take in the waves and just kind of, just breathe in the nice salty air, that was just my thing. But just, in talking with a lot of the people there, it's just like, man, this is what I wanted to move back to Japan for, Because while it's nice to go to the big city and do big city things, and food, that's another thing. So obviously, since they're by the beach, a lot of it is seafood, of course, but they do have some other places too. So, they got like tonkatsu and stuff like that. And they also have like day-to-day stuff, like konbini and grocery stores and stuff like that too. But yeah, they got a lot of like there's a what do you call it? Like a fisherman's market that's in that little harbor area, and I guess they have like a fisherman's association like right next to it, and it was almost like a mini skiji basically. Now obviously when we arrived, like everything was already said and done, so there wasn't any like pallets of frozen maguro or anything like that just kind of wandering around, but it did look like a mini skiji with just like the general layout of things. And he said, yeah, man, every morning, they come in with the haul and do auctions and all kinds of stuff, and it's pretty cool. And, and there's not a whole lot of people around, too, so it's, I don't feel as crowded and, claustrophobic as I do elsewhere in Japan. So that's another plus in my book, for sure. But, man... and I was talking, and yeah, just the more I look at, doing live streaming a lot more, once I start to kind of clean up some of my editing gigs and get a bit more free time, I definitely do want to do more live streaming. And once I start making some consistent money, not just with that, but just with my other gigs as well, I want to do it a bit more seriously. But for now, this is about as best as I can do. Just kind of do what I can when I can for now, but yeah, that's the plan, is to definitely do more live streaming and making vids, especially out in that area, because there's not a whole lot of video I mean, there's probably some things out there of it, but it's not as like widely covered as other spots in Japan. So yeah, good vibes. And plus, you know, when it's, you know, on season for surfing and stuff, definitely want to make some surfing vids. You know, just seeing people catching waves and stuff like that. Am I a gamer at all? I'm like casual at best. Like, I'm not super pro gamer man dude. You know. And plus, with doing all these gigs, I really haven't had time to put stuff together. So it's just one of them things. But yeah, with Twitch, it's definitely, obviously Twitch is made for video game live streaming. That's its whole bread and butter, of course. And I did get a Switch as a graduation present to myself. So, you know, I got, like I said, I'm casual at best these days. So, you know, the new Pokemon game, Zelda Breath of the Wild, what was the other one? Oh yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of Duelist game. Just a lot of like older titles that kind of bring me back to my childhood. You know, it's nice, calm. Stuff I don't really have to think a whole lot about. You know, just kind of doing stuff. So, that could be another possibility as well. But yeah, I'd say like IRL streaming would be a bit more up my alley. But I just need to really carve out some time for it. Do some spring cleaning with some of my gigs, like I've been saying. And we'll get there. We'll get there. But anyway, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta get going to work. You know, speaking of which. So it was nice hanging out with y'all, and hope to catch up with you guys again soon. And with that said, this is the Andy-san. Signing for now, as always and forever. We'll see you next time. Catch you later, guys. Bye.